Boom, zap, pow. Those were the sounds that came from the comic book magazines I read as a child. And that's how I thought of my father, as Superman. But as I grew older, I came to realize my dad was just an ordinary guy who liked to run around the house with a red cape on and a blue bodysuit for no apparent reason. Was my father like the dad you see on TV? No, he wasn't. My father struggled with alcohol. He smoked several packs of cigarettes a day. He said and he did things that he often regretted. In life, we have choices. We can make good choices, sometimes we make bad choices, and sometimes we don't have a choice at all, like where we're born, who our parents are, or in my case, my given name, Wilbur Lorenzo Bowen III. Kids at school would ask me, so are there like three of you? Apparently, according to my birth certificate. I was a very awkward child, and I struggled to learn how to swim. But because of my father's encouragement, I learned to swim in the deep end of the swimming pool. Well, by encouragement, my father actually picked me up and threw me into the middle of the swimming pool. My brother had a different take on my father's encouragement. He wasn't teaching you how to swim. If he was teaching you how to swim, wouldn't he allow you to change from your street clothes into your bathing suit? Soaking wet, I turned to my brother. Shut up, Peter. I didn't drown, and I was swimming. It was because of my father's belief in me that I persevered in my involvement with the Boy Scouts when I felt like giving up. My father said, son, I believe in you. You can do this. You're not a quitter. You are a winner. You can do this. And because of my father's belief in me, I was able to achieve the rank of Eagle Scout. And on those cold winter days, my father would listen to me for hours as I shared my dreams and aspirations and hopes with him as we played the game of chess. We also played Jim Rummy for a wager, and I still own $3,457.27. Unfortunately, my father's use of alcohol became out of control, and my mother divorced my father and relocated to New Mexico, along with my brother, sister, and me. So while my father was sorting out his life in Ohio, I was starting a new life in Santa Fe, New Mexico. My relationship with my father became more distant when he remarried, and when that marriage fell apart, he just disappeared. One day, about 10 years later, while working with a church business in Houston, Texas, I got a phone call. It was my father. He was homeless. He had lost everything, and his health was terrible. Against the advice of my mother, I flew out to the California where he was staying at the homeless center and brought him back to Houston where I could take care of him. And it was going well for a while. But then one day I came to the center to find all these extension cords going into a walk-in closet where I found the bookkeeper. Jennifer, what are you doing in there? Oh, oh. I followed the direction she pointed, and in a video conference room, I found my father watching a video on how to live a life of faith. He was whooping and hollering, come on, preacher, lay it down, tell it like it is, bring it on home, which I thought encouraging. But then, upon further inspection, I realized he was medicating himself with alcohol, and he was only wearing his briefs. I was so disappointed that I wanted to join Jennifer in the closet. The church director told me, Wilbur, I'm really sorry, but your father can't stay here anymore. He has to go. So I secured an apartment for my father where his health actually worsened, and he ended up in the hospital. One day, while visiting my father in the hospital, I heard his whole life story throughout the night into the early morning hours, way past visiting hours. And for the first time, I saw him not as a father or as a husband. I saw him as a human being, as a man struggling with his own demons. And he shared with me that when my mother was pregnant with me, she sought to end the pregnancy with an abortion. And my father violently opposed this idea that he went in so far as to set off the fire alarm on the clinic on the day of her scheduled appointment. Because of my father's persistence, Wilbur Lorenzo Bowen III came into this world. I may not have chosen my father, but he chose me. And on that day, any feelings of, I forgave him of all his shortcomings, and any feelings of resentment just vanished. And all I felt was incredible love for this man. Several months later, he passed away. Because my father chose me, I took on the responsibility of being a scoutmaster for a Boy Scout troop, where young boys involve themselves with community service projects. They learn new skills instead of joining a gang. Because my father chose me, I started a chess club at my children's elementary school, where I played chess with these young people while they shared their dreams, hope, and aspiration. My father may not have been the ideal role model society would depict as a father figure, but he believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. He chose me when I didn't even exist. For that reason, he truly is my superhero. In life, we have choices. Who can you choose to believe in? I urge you to put on the red cape today and declare the world, I am a superhero.